Hello everyone and welcome to another March W13 hotel review. This week we are in County Clare on the west coast of Ireland between Limerick and Shannon with its famous airport, and we are at the Bunratty Castle Hotel just around the corner from Bunratty Castle itself. Bunratty Castle is an ancient castle that saw a great deal of violence and conquest over the course of its history, much of it on the part of warring tribes of Celtics and Norman invaders. And I will be visiting the castle this evening for a banquet, but I just checked into my room and I thought I'd give you a brief tour. So let's start with the bathroom. Everything in this hotel looks relatively old, not old-fashioned, but just plain old. Looks like the hotel, which is considered a 4-star hotel by I think the Irish Tourism Board standards, and I think a 3-star hotel by some other standards, appears to have its own branded bath amenities. That's kind of cool, I think, as a souvenir. Plenty of towels. Not exactly the most modern looking sink. Pretty standard toilet with a slightly different flushing mechanism. Kind of interesting. And then you have a shower with a curtain, which is somewhat unusual for Europe. A shower with a curtain that actually is capable of closing all the way. This almost reminds me of a Hilton or Marriott kind of a shower, and it also has a bathtub. So this is certainly a bit unusual. And there's also one of those mats that prevents one from slipping. And we have some outlets for shavers. And I must say there's a bit of an unpleasant odor in this room, and probably emanates from the carpeting, something that you may want to be aware of. It also smells faintly like smoke for some reason. But you have a lot of, I'd say, antique looking fixtures and furnishings in this room, including this floor-to-ceiling mirror. And you have what also you rarely find, at least I've rarely found in European hotels as of late. You have this stand for your luggage, although this large piece of checked luggage really barely fits on the stand and was toppling over, so I had to sort of adjust the orientation of the stand. The bed is kind of a creaky old kind of a thing. It's relatively comfortable, but it's sort of springy, if you know what I mean. Plenty of pillows, though. It's just rather quaint and old-fashioned, right? And they've got an Aircom Irish phone, which I've never seen before, and lamps with bedside tables, really on both sides, except for on this side of the bed, the left side of the bed. There is a little work area. And again, wooden furnishings, laundry bag. This hotel appears to have some sort of a spa. Shows how to access the free Wi-Fi. Can't really report anything as to the speed of the Wi-Fi, however, which was outstanding in my last hotel in Dublin. But again, very I would say, original looking kind of furniture. By original, I don't mean original to the 15th century. This hotel isn't actually affiliated with the castle at all, but it is practically on the castle grounds. The castle is a 5-minute walk. And it appears that we also have a room service menu, which is relatively expensive and relatively basic, but it does look like it has some relatively tasty options. And we are on the first floor, which is actually the ground floor, and the view is of a car park. But we're just off the freeway here. I think you may even be able to hear. I don't know if the mic picks it up. Some of the car. I think you can see them driving by on the motorway there. It's about an hour's drive from Galway. And you have some kind of tacky artwork on the wall there, and a brand of television that I've never seen before called Nordmynd, and it's very, very small, probably 30-something inches, I suppose. And then there is a little tea and coffee bar, as one might expect based on the nature of the rest of the room. It is extremely old-fashioned looking, and perhaps something that you'd only find in this part of Ireland. And then you have this wardrobe, relatively spacious and plenty of hanger space, with an ironing board and iron, and my backpack. No safe, it doesn't appear in this room. So if you have valuables, I'm assuming that the procedure would be to secure them in some other way. I'm only staying here for one night, so hopefully that won't be a factor. And it appears that the air conditioner is one of those box units mounted just below the ceiling, and it's not on at the moment. I'm assuming with this handy remote control one can turn it on and adjust the temperature. Looks like the lowest temperature is 16 degrees Celsius, and it can go up to 31 degrees, so that is actually a fairly wide range that it can support. I like to be nice and cool, and you can, I suppose, adjust the fan speed as well. And I just increased it. And one thing I forgot to mention is that rather than some sort of swipe card access, which is the way that you open this door, unlike other European hotels, you don't have to insert a card into a slot upon entering the room to activate the electricity. Rather, you simply flip this red switch, which is off, and then on, and then their somewhat master, that is the master switch, but there are secondary switches here that control the bathroom lights, as well as the entry and other interior lights in the main living space. So, as I mentioned previously, I have a banquet to attend at the castle tonight. From what I've heard, it is quite a touristy kind of, a cheesy kind of an event, but it was included in the tour. and I'm hungry, so I might as well check it out. So with that, I will bid you all farewell. I hope this video helps you if you plan on visiting the Bunratty / Shannon Limerick area, and you plan to stay in a hotel in this vicinity, particularly if you plan on visiting Bunratty Castle and the folk park that adjoins the castle. Again, this is a standard room at the Bunratty Castle Hotel in Bunratty Village. Until next time, happy and safe travels. Goodbye.